What is a cluster? A cluster is referred to a group of independent, but connected servers that behaves as a single system. What is Oracle Real Application Clusters? RAC or Real Application Cluster is a component of the database product that enables the database to be installed across multiple servers. Oracle RAC uses Oracle Clusterware for the infrastructure to bind multiple servers, so they operate as a single system. What are the key characteristics of RAC, or why do you use RAC? The key characteristics of RAC are: reliability, eliminates the database server from a single point of failure. If an instance fails, the remaining instances in the cluster remain active and open. Error detection, provides fast detection of problems in the environment. It automatically recovers from failures even before users notice that a failure has occurred. Recoverability, easy to recover from various types of failures. Continuous operations, provides continuous service for both unplanned and planned outages. What is Oracle RAC One Node? Oracle RAC One Node option is the single instance of Oracle RAC running in the cluster. This option provides flexibility to consolidate multiple databases in a cluster, providing benefits like high availability, online rolling patch application. What is required by Oracle RAC database to connect to a network? Oracle RAC requires an active connection of the network to the LAN, local area network, so that the DB server can be found and connected. The DB server is further having connections with application servers that store the application and allow the user to transfer their data. The connection is required with the server pool so that transfer of services and applications can be done on demand basis. The interconnection between the networks is really important as it has to maintain the overall flow of the pool and the resources. The load balancing and internode messaging can be handled more carefully when the networks or the servers are interconnected to each other. What is the difference between single instance environment and RAC environment? Single instance environment, RAC environment. Instance has its own SGA, system global area. Each instance has its own SGA. Data files and control files are accessed by only one instance. Data files and control files shared by all instances. Online redo log file dedicated for read/write to only one instance. Online redo log file, only one instance can write, but other instances can read during recovery and archiving. Flash recovery log accessed by only one instance. Flash recovery log shared by all instances. Alert log and trace files dedicated to the instance. Alert log and trace files are private to each instance. Other instance never write or read to those files. What are the file storage options provided by Oracle Database for Oracle RAC? The file storage options provided by Oracle Database for Oracle RAC are: Automatic Storage Management, ASM. OCFS and Oracle Cluster File System, OCFS. A Network File System. Raw Devices. What are the files shared by RAC? Control files, redo log file, and data files are the ones present in the shared storage. What is the volume management techniques used in Oracle RAC? Volume management techniques used in Oracle RAC is that Oracle RAC provides dynamic volume manager. It has a file system that consists of information of the cluster file system. Cluster file system in Oracle is known as OCFS. It has the connection with the databases that provide raw devices and command line features. What are Oracle RAC and its uses? Oracle RAC is a cluster database where multiple instances of Oracle run multiple nodes sharing a single physical database and have common data and control files. Each instance has its own log files and rollback segments, undo tablespace, and can simultaneously execute transactions against the single database. Caches are synchronized using Oracle Cache Fusion technology. Since Oracle RAC has multiple instances, it provides high availability and highly scalable solutions for business applications. What is RAC and what are the various benefits of using RAC architecture? RAC or Real Application Cluster allows the database to be installed across multiple servers, forming a cluster and sharing the storage structure at the same time. This prevents the database from a single point of failure, as one or the other instance will always stay up even if the other fails. Using RAC helps in Maintaining high availability of the system. Managing workload with the least expenses. Scalability and agility. What are the prerequisites or conditions for Oracle RAC setup? Shared storage, private interconnect, Oracle clusterware, virtual IP, scan IP, multiple servers. What is RAC composed of? Oracle RAC is composed of 2 or more database instances. They are composed of memory structures and background processes same as the single instance database. Oracle RAC instances use 2 processes: GES, Global NQ Service, GCS, Global Cache Service, that enable cache fusion. Oracle RAC instances are composed of following background processes: ACMS, Atomic Control File to Memory Service, ACMS. GTXJ, Global Transaction Process. LMON, Global NQ Service Monitor. LMD, Global NQ Service Daemon. LMS, Global Cache Service Process. LCK, Instance NQ Process. RMSN, Oracle RAC Management Processes, RMSN. RSMN, Remote Slave Monitor. What are Oracle clusterware/daemon processes and what do they do? Clustered daemon processes are 1.0 CSSD, 2C RSD, 3.0 PROCD, 4C TSSD, 5.0 HASD, 6.0 RA Root Agent, 7.0 RA Agent. OXT, it manages cluster configuration by controlling which nodes are members of the cluster. It is managed by the process XTagent. It is monitored through both XTagent and XTmonitor. CRSD manages high availability operations within the cluster. It manages resources like databases, listeners, and VIPs. It manages cluster resources based on the configuration information that is stored in OCR for each resource. This includes start, stop monitor, and failover operations. OPROCT is spawned by init CSSD and runs as the root user. It is used to detect hardware and driver freezes on the local node. If the node has been frozen for long enough that the other nodes have evicted it from the cluster. CTSS, Cluster Time Synchronization Service, provides time management in a cluster for Oracle clusterware. EMD, Event Management Daemon, publishes events created by Oracle clusterware. OHAST, Oracle High Availability Daemon. It is the first process which has started and it spawned all the processes in the cluster. Aura Root Agent, it is called Oracle Root Agent. A specialized Aura agent process that helps CRSD manage resources owned by root, such as the network, and the grid virtual IP address. Oragent extends clusterware to support Oracle-specific requirements and complex resources. Runs server callout scripts when fan events occur. What are RAC-specific parameters? Cluster_database. Cluster_database_instance. Instance_number. Cluster_interconnects. What are the initialization parameters that must have the same value for every instance in an Oracle RAC database and what should be unique? Same across the instances. Compatible. Cluster_database. Cluster_database_instance. Control_files. DB_block_size. DB_domain. DB_files. DB_name. DB_recovery_file_dest. DB_recovery_file_dest_size. DB_unique_name. Instance_type. Parallel_max_servers. Remote_login_password_file. Undo_management. Unique across the instance. Cluster_database. Cluster_database_instance. Instance_number. Cluster_interconnects. Undo_tablespace. What is cache fusion?
Cache fusion is the transfer of data blocks between RAC instances by using a private network interconnect.
Cache fusion is the remote memory mapping of Oracle buffers, shared between the caches of participating nodes in the cluster. When a block of data is requested in an instance, it first checks if any instance has the block, and if the other instance has the data blocks, the instance gets the data block through cache fusion from another instance. If no instance is having the data block, then it is read from the data files on the storage. In a RAC environment, it is the combining of data blocks, which are shipped across the interconnect from remote database caches, SGA, to the local node. In order to fulfill the requirements for a transaction (DML) query of data dictionary.
What do you understand from cache fusion? Cache fusion is the process of transferring data from one instance buffer cache to another at a very high speed within a cluster. Instead of fetching data from a physical disk, which is a slow process, the data block can be accessed from the cache. For example, instance A wants to access a data block owned by instance B. It will send an access request to instance B and hence can access the same using the other instance B's buffer cache. What is split brain syndrome in RAC? In Oracle RAC, all the instances/servers communicate with each other using a private network. When the instance members in a RAC fail to ping/connect to each other via this private network and continue to process data block independently, then this process is referred as split brain syndrome. In other words, this will arise when two or more instances attempt to control a cluster database. In a two-node environment, one instance attempts to manage updates simultaneously while the other instance attempts to manage updates. What is a split brain? When database nodes in a cluster are unable to communicate with each other, they may continue to process and modify the data blocks independently. If the same block is modified by more than one instance, synchronization/locking of the data blocks does not take place and blocks may be overwritten by others in the cluster. This state is called split brain. What happens if you keep split brain syndrome in RAC unresolved? How it can be resolved? If you keep split brain syndrome unresolved, then there would be data integrity issue. The blocks changed in one instance will not be locked and could be overwritten by another instance. It is resolved by using the voting disk. It will decide which node S will survive and which node S will be evicted. What is the purpose of private interconnect? Clusterware uses the private interconnect for cluster synchronization, network heartbeat, and daemon communication between the clustered nodes. This communication is based on the TCP protocol. RAC uses the interconnect for cache fusion, UDP/RDS, and inter-process communication, TCP. What is the interconnect? How do you determine what protocol is being used for interconnect traffic? Clusterware uses the private interconnect for cluster synchronization, network heartbeat, and daemon communication between the clustered nodes. The physical data blocks as well as data dictionary blocks are shared across this interconnect for cache fusion. To determine what protocol is being used for interconnect traffic, you can look at the DB alert log for the time period when the DB started. What is the function of cache fusion in Oracle RAC? Cache function is used to show the storage of the information in the clustered network with the Oracle database. It involves two nodes, one writes the data to the same disk, and other reads the data block from the disk. For its network connection, RAC uses a dedicated server for its network, and cache function is an internal part of the cluster. What are the main components of an Oracle RAC system? The main elements of an Oracle RAC system are: shared disk system, Oracle Clusterware,